Hello again, friends and fans. Raptor here. Welcome back. It is Wargame Red Dragon Climb Mount Narodnaya Part 8. We continue on. Again, we're in Japan, and the door of, well, basically the airfields have been captured, and the door for Yamaguchi is about to close. The epic battle of Tsuyama is about to begin, and I have a feeling the enemy's just going to retreat as soon as we try to start that battle. We can call out some extra troops here, or do some R&R. Well-deserved, probably. But I think what we need now is more troops. We have a lot of the map still to cover, and in fact, we could probably avoid Nankoko and Iu if we needed to, Marugame as well. It's not necessarily needed to capture, or rather to progress in the game. So a couple of things I've realized is that we can call out troops from captured harbors, or harbors that we own. Like, for instance, you can see here that we have motorized rifle divisions that can basically deploy at Osaka due to the fact that there's a port there. And if we capture the port at Nankoku, we can do the same there, though it's a very expensive position. We have possibility of cutting the enemy off here by just going right in with Marines. It would take us a couple of turns, but what we could probably do is move down to Naval Sector Kilo. And let's kind of go ahead and take a look at that area, because we're going to eventually have to fight enemy troops there. Actually looks like a much easier area to fight the enemy in, so let's go ahead and do that. It's much easier to fight there than it is here with all these cluster of islands. So we'll go ahead and move ourselves to Naval Sector Kilo, and what we could do is we could land some forces from the Minsk up here, and let's go ahead and see what we could bring out. We could bring out naval tank battalions, anti-aircraft companies. In fact, we could do that right now and come up right behind Kyata Yishu. And basically that would give us a foothold on the island here, B, or number 2, cut off Yamaguchi, and 7, or letter D. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, it would be greatly beneficial to our campaign. So what I could do is we could just avoid Nankoku altogether and kind of let them come at us. However, a couple of things. One, the Americans will attack. Eventually, they will make their way up here, and they will bring their everything. I'm sure that they're going to use Oita here as a reinforcement point to possibly get back up into Tsuyama. And by the way, if I was asking earlier, there's like no connection point connecting these two provinces. What the hell? What the hell is up with that? It's like a weird challenge. So anyway, if we wanted to go from like Obama to Totoriri, we'd have to like move back. There's no vertical movements there, or horizontal movement, however you want to say it. So anyway, let the epic battle for Tsuyama begin, and here we go, and the battle is over. All right. Okay, yeah, I knew that was coming. All right, so we can move our forces up. One of the things that's going to be a problem is if we leave Marugame open, it opens a tremendous back door for the enemy, as I had just previously said, to get in and recapture some of these positions. So we'd have to leave a large number of troops behind, and we couldn't really attack with this island. So I plan to do a two-prong attack then. We can bring in some additional VDV forces as well, though actually let's see where they are. Are these it? Yes. So the 31st can deploy from Naval Sector Bravo. We want that more income. If we can get a foothold here at Kitsuyashu, we can, first of all, we can launch forces from the Minsk, but then also we can bring in the 70th Rifles Regiment, and if we can capture Carrotsville over here, we can get additional 10 extra points. Now, the Soviets have an elaborate amount of equipment, though it's just very expensive and takes time to deploy, so we have to do that as soon as we can. So we could probably attack Nankoku with infantry, though there's a lot of tanks and such that could come right our way right after we attack. So it's really like I want to launch VDV here and also from Tsuyama do a two-prong attack just to capture that island. Meanwhile, we want to attack here and establish a foothold there. Keep in mind, we're only on turn 5 and we have 16 turns, which means A, the enemy is about to get extremely tough. B, we have reinforcements that are going to come to other areas that we haven't yet killed. So there's many factors still pending. Alright, well, let's get moving then. Let's not waste any more time. We have our 217th VDV, which is armed with ASMs and VDV, which we could use against the artillery and the choppers, though not very recommended. We do have Factoria and Cargo, not really recommended. And we have our one Tunguska here, because we lost the other one. By the way, these These are Super Cobras, 8 of them, with toes. We could probably take those down with our naval fighter squadron. Let's go ahead and take a peek at what Yamaguchi is. Oh, yes, very familiar with this area. Alright, so let's see. We're going to move up forces then. We want to take away from this area. We have our naval infantry. They're going to be extremely useful in crossing. In fact, I think, yes, they can embark. So the faster we get those to the front, the better. They can actually move up to Hiroshima, and we could actually use them to attack Kratsu or whatnot. In fact, actually, we can only land naval units at Karatsu because if we try to make a naval landing... Okay, so if we try to move VDV there, we can take that. So many options that I have to consider. Anyway, let's get our naval troops up to the front. Independent VDV, Recon, and Air AA can stay there because of all those troops. Meanwhile, we're going to want to bring up some better fighters then, so let's bring our helicopters down to deter the enemy. Or do we bring them up to try to face the choppers up there? They have air-to-air missiles, so I'm probably not going to be able to use them. So let's hold these troops in a blocking position. We'll bring them to the airport then there so we can have a closer position on them. And again, this is a naval infantry regiment again. That took quite some losses too, though I don't want to replenish stuff. We just need more of everything. The enemy troops will probably be able to drive around us, so I'm so hesitant to bring stuff away from them like that. But we've got to move forward. Got to move on. Alright, so let's do this. We will bring out our Yak 141s. Apparently they have to go down and then up. I don't know what the hell that's about. We're going to go for a full attack with a VDV if we can. Tanks are going to come up as well. Choppers are good where they're at. Choppers, if needed, can attack elsewhere in the next couple of turns. So Totoriri is abandoned for the time being. Meanwhile, we need to start making sure we have more land before the enemy reinforces with additional units that they may or may not get. So we're going to use some land forces. We're going to land the 330... Well, actually, who has... Let's see, this group comes with Strela, ZSUs, and Igla and VDV. Very AA-focused group. That actually would be really good against the aircraft that we're spotting down here. And in fact, there's more airports, so there could be more of that. Or these groups are primarily anti-tank. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just hold with anti-aircraft. Gives us more options for anti-aircraft, so let's call them out. And we need to make sure that we have some of these points, and we need to cut them off so they can't retreat. We don't want them consolidating their troops anymore. Enough of that. So we're going to cut them off here. Alright, so we have them between a rock and a hard place here at Yamaguchi, and then we will try to battle on this island at the same time that they're trying to bring in reinforcements. Oh man, it's going to be a real mess. Not to mention, I'm sure our Navy at some point is going to be attacked by some forces there. So, oh, and look at an A-10, so it's probably a good thing we brought out the AA. We probably won't be able to do much against an A-10, but at least we can defend against it. So let the battle for Yamaguchi begin. This is an extremely pivotal point for our attack, and that's why I explained it for so long, is because now we have to attack an island, we have to finish the peninsula attack, and also attack the other island to the south. So the enemy has a lot of positions here. Helicopters are going to have to be the first thing to go. I think we're just going to have to consolidate our defenses and find out where they're at. They're going to have a lot of commands, they have a lot of morale. I should have brought some bombers here as well, but I want to keep them for any possible attacks that we do on another position as I think about it. Alright, so we want some recon out for certain. We want recon out. And we're going to put down just one command here to Masuda. And maybe we can capture another one a little bit later. And we'll just put VDV around. Again, the enemy will have probably a lot of infantry, and I'm hoping that's not going to be the case. So anyway, again, thank you guys so much for the support that you give us and liking and all your comments and everything. I greatly appreciated. So if you're enjoying it so far, please do tell a friend, turn them on to the Rat Pack and this fantastic game. And let's go ahead and get out there and have some fun. By that I mean dead enemies. Alright, let's deploy all of our troops. Looks like there's everything coming down the road. Oh, there's all the Super Cobras. Look at that. Okay, apparently the Didn't mean to do that. Oh, and apparently more yaks didn't come out. That's BS. And a 141's destroyed by that. Stationary AA. Well, they're gonna have to target the ground units. And that's when we get them. Really dumb of me to lose units like that. But there's not much I could do. These Yak 141s just take huge turns. We could be dropping bombs on those units now. Alright, Super Cobra's getting a little close. At least they're out of missiles now. That's why they're worth 120 points. Alright, we'll break off for now. So pretty disappointing on that early start. I meant to call out all those aircraft at once to stop the Super Cobra from coming out at all. We lost too many of those planes, it seems. BTR, of course, will be hit by Insta. And another Insta, and then probably rockets after that. Oh, wow. 3 Instas. Good. Oh, a miss. Wow. You normally don't see that with that kind of vehicle. Alright, so we lost some train troops. That kind of sucks, but at least I'm not sure if we lost our veteran. Oops. So yeah, so when I called out those aircraft, I had everything selected, and I didn't mean to do that. 141 not wanting to target, we have to negotiate contracts again. Romulan cloak engaged. Alright, we'll bring up our recon now to help spot everything in the area. Now, they won't have too much, I'm hoping, in terms of troops after this, and if they come at us, they'll be chewed up by the VDV. Luckily, we finally killed that one unit there. So we've established air superiority despite our losses. Again, that was just another one of those kind of facepalm moments where, oh man, that's overly frustrating there, but I guess it does happen. Oh, look at that. Romulan cloak was disengaged for a half second. All right, we'll move up our VDV. Now, you know, these types of situations are tough because when you're playing, you know, against the enemy like this and you don't necessarily have the vehicles you want or need, you have to kind of have these makeshift tactics, and that's exactly what we have here. I mean, what was I going to do? Use rocket trucks against helicopters? That's not going to work. So the best we could muster at the moment was the aircraft, and probably one well-placed bomb would have done just fine on it. But, yeah, what are you going to do? So we got the Mitsubishis out. Our UAZs will take those down in a half second. And more of our VDVs coming up now. Super Cobras are spotted. They shouldn't be able to engage in town like that. Super Cobras are stunned. Artillery's getting ready to fire. Wow, insta-ACART right there. Shutting up the rest of those Super Cobras like that. We have infantry there now, so we should be able to see just fine. And Nana Shiki are coming in. 2 can play at that game, Japan. Alright, we'll lock down into a sector here. Can't believe these Yaks aren't just auto-targeting the Super Cobras. That's really frustrating. Alright, well, we'll get the bust on them in terms of morale. They're going to bring up troops right up the middle of the city here, so we're going to make sure we're ready to engage them. And those Super Cobras. The amazing accurate Sidewinder missiles on those, too. They only get, what do they get, 2 of those? But, yeah, real deadly. I'm surprised they actually took down those aircraft. The 141 usually is something you don't want to trifle with. And, of course, we can't see what kind of tanks those are. Okay, they just... There's going to be a lot of them, so we just need to kill them. Oh, and they have infantry in them. Good. Good, all these units can get nice and elite then. I'm gonna push up on that Super Cobra now. We'll have aircraft here soon enough. Gotta run for cover first, that's more important. Hopefully that Super Cobra goes down finally. Okay, I think that's it for the Super Cobras. Chupacabras. VTRDs can finally come out. So it was smart of us to, when I brought up those transports, I'm actually happy I did that. It bought us time against those other Cobras that were coming down the road. So that was a good move. Wow, ASUs are low on supply already. We're just gonna move up the road before it already comes in on us, which it already is. That VDV will have to remain in reserve there. Ooh, and if we can capture those cargo trucks, that'd be great. Beautiful. Come on, cargo. You're not getting anywhere. No, don't target them. Don't target them. There we go. Okay, 665 enemy points left. We're actually doing real good here. And we've got a ton of... Oh my god, no. Well, they're going to get 2 of those supply trucks, unfortunately. That's okay. Well, let's chase them back to the bridge. "20 bonsai troops coming out of the woods. Or going back that way. That must have been recon there. Let's hit everything up the road. And we'll go into Elena, see if we can capture. So an absolutely horrible job, horrible luck with the 141s. But hey, we'll be using those planes again. Well, they're very expensive, and they're very good fighters. So we'll have to get them back at some point. BTRDs and the ASU-85s then are going to move up to the bridge and see if we can cause some more havoc on the other side. 141s are pretty much out of commission at this point. And we'll bring up another group of BTRDs. We captured a couple cargo trucks, so that's not a total loss there. Oh, wait, I can't call it. I need a few more points. We are getting points, by the way, due to the political situation. I always forget how that's set up, so... Oh, what's up here? Ah, artillery. Perfect. There's 100 and... Ooh, wait. Oh, wow. 2 groups of 70-point artillery? That's a good day for us. Let's make sure these troops die right away. You never know if they're going to get a lucky RPG shot off. Oh, insta-ACART. Alright, Boris was secured by the enemy. Alright, we're going to move across the bridge now here. BTRs are loaded up again. We're ready to go. Looks like more troops are making their way down the road. We're going to come up to about here and see what we can do with our VDV. We'll try to cut them off from 3 positions. We'll cut them off here. We will hold defensive here, and we'll come up behind them, so that should be a full block. Alright, ASUs are going to do their best to cross. Elena is going to be ours in a moment. 105 points remaining. That means 1 command kill, or maybe finishing off this infantry. Let's do it now. Transport's great. That'll panic the hell out of them. Let's have our BTRs move down there. Okay, wow. We actually will have a victory here, believe it or not. Wow. Completely annihilated there. That was pretty lucky there that we brought up what we did when we brought it up. Alright, we'll find a command here in a second. We're going to have to back up away from that. There we go. Alright, that's it. Good. So we only lost a few transports and some other stuff. The big loss, of course, being the planes. But at least we've crushed the enemy there. Boom, boom. Alright, awesome. Nowhere to retreat. Nowhere to hide, baby. Hell yeah. Alright, so these 141s will go back. In the meantime, we can bring up some bombers to Kratsu if we need to, but we can't. We've got a nice foothold, and the rest of the peninsula is ours. Things are looking pretty good. Nankoku, again, is going to put up a real fight unless we do something about it ASAP. And I'm sure enemy helicopters are looking to go to Gobo again, or Obama, or Osaka if the door happens to open up, though they're in a pretty good defensive position. Here we have the U.S. Helicopter Company, which is going to really make some problems. The AH-6C Little Bird and the Apaches are very deadly. Little Bird not so much, but the OH-50, I'm not even. The only thing I want to kill is the Apache there. And we do have a cavalcade of tanks again. Look at that, 124 tanks. You've got to be kidding me. I don't even think we can't even go over to that area with our bombers. We're going to have to buy some more bombers for Gobo at some point, or just bring over the the choppers pretty much would be the only way we could do that. So what we'll do is we'll bring up the naval infantry so that way they can make a naval landing at Karatsu, and we'll get these other troops up there as well, the naval infantry up here. We'll get them deployed, so we'll start from Naval Sector Gulf and come on down for a nice landing there at Karatsu, and then eventually make our way to Nagasaki and over to basically we're gonna have to catch them all just like Pokemon. So anyway, I think that's it for now. Thanks for joining me for part 8, and I will see you guys next time. Keep your passwords and pimp hands strong. Bye.